Hey everyone, welcome to the new channel. I'm Brandon Gaylor with Gaylor Property Service. This is my first piece of equipment. It is a 2023 Gatormade 6x10 dump trailer with my 2004 4.6 F-150. With this trailer, I plan to start a business doing junk removal and also dump trailer rental. I could also see doing like hauling mulch and gravel and other stuff like that. I could also see building gardens for people. We're into the no-till gardens, and I could see doing that, hauling compost and mulch and stuff like that for people and building those. So just whatever I can get going with this trailer, I like to turn it into a business. Probably going to start with junk removal. That seems like the most common thing to do with these and probably the most work readily available. That's where we're going to start trying to get new business for 2023. Also, I'm going to start a remodel on a house. I bought a rental property, or I bought an investment property. It was a hoarder house, so it's full of junk, full of, the whole property was full of junk. We done had a dozer come out and clean up the actual land, but now I've got 2 buildings and a house to clean up. So that's what this trailer is going to be for. Instead of renting a dumpster, that was going to be like $500 a week, I went out and bought a trailer. So kind of save some of that money and then turn this into a business as well. So we'll start with our own property and then try to work for some of y'all. So here's the front of the trailer. This is a 7,000 pound trailer and it will dump 5,000 pounds. So the trailer weighs about 2,000 pounds. It's got a 2 5/16 inch ball. It's got the breakaway trailer battery and all that. It has, in this front toolbox area, it has a battery charger, which I'm charging right now. It's 3/4 full, if you can see that. It's got the hydraulics in the pump, and this is the, of course, that's what makes it go up and down and dump and all that. All this stuff came standard with the trailer. You can see Gatormade. It's all powder coated. It looks like it's really strong and built well. Good welds and everything. Of course, it's double axle. It's got reflectors all over it. Here's the inside of it. It's a 6x10, so it's a smaller dump trailer, but I think it's going to be plenty. And it's got these pockets here so you can add boards to it, and I'll be doing that soon. Making the sidewall a little bit taller. I think it has like 17 or 18 inch sidewalls here. That's how deep that is. The one thing I kind of don't like about it is the tailgate. It's one solid piece instead of, like most of them are split in half and they're 2 pieces that swing out. And I'll show y'all in a minute how this thing works. It's got all LED lights. And there's the trailer, or the battery charging plug right there. I've got plugged up. To swing this gate open, I have to take the chain off. And it'll only swing to this side. So your passenger side is the way it swings. Pull your pins out. And then swing it. I've got the chain over here already. Let's see if it works. Yeah, that chain's staying on there. So here's as far as it swings. And then to keep it from swinging anymore, you want to take your chain and do this. There. That'll keep it from swinging and hitting the ground when it dumps and you bend your tailgate all up. So here's what it looks like in dump mode. The tailgate all open. I'll come up here and dump it for you and show you all how that works. And there's all the way dumped. Also, it came with a speaker right here that made a really loud beep whenever it was dumping. We disconnected that. That was the first thing we did. So you can see how strong it's made. It's got lots of bracing. It's just a single round dump, or single round piston, I guess you could say. It's got two 3,500-pound axles. It's got all 4 drum brakes, one for each axle, or one for each tire, I guess. There it is, fully lifted up. You can see how the tailgate's off the ground. Right, now I'll lower it back down. And that's all it is to it. That's all it takes to dump a load. Go back here and shut our tailgate. You can also spread with this gate. What you have to do that is, let's see, take your chains off. And then you want to push this one in, because these have holes drilled on the end. And take that one out. You can see the hole drilled on this side. And then now when you dump it, it will spread. And you can also take your chains, and if you only want to open like that, you would have to just chain it up so it doesn't go all the way open when you dump. The last configuration you can do is actually a tailgate, and that's where you just let the bottom one down and have it flat. I don't really know why you'd use it for that, but you can do it. I think it's going to be a pretty good piece of equipment for us, especially if I can start a business and make money with it. We're pulled up here in front of the Hoarder House. Here's the front of it. Just a small house. It's about the size of a single wide trailer, but it's actually a house. It's on a concrete foundation. We're gonna go inside. This is the living room here. You can see it's full of junk. Here's a bedroom. Here's the bathroom right there. Here's the kitchen. And there's the other door for outside. And here's another bedroom, piled up almost to the ceiling, full of junk. I don't know how in the world somebody's lived like this, but they did. This guy that used to live here, it was so bad he had his electricity turned off and water and everything turned off. And he was actually living in a minivan in the front yard. Alright, now we're back outside. I'm gonna go around the back side of the house and show you all the other buildings. There was actually 4 cars on this property that we took off for scrap, or sold for scrap. And this whole lot, it's 1 acre, but it was full of junk. The land and everything was just full of junk. This is a pile we've got to burn later. That's some junk that the dozer pushed into a pile. There's another pile back there. There's a back deck. It's gonna have to be tore down and redone. Here's a metal garage building. This is probably a quarter of what was in here already. There was 1 car in here, and this pile back here of stuff was probably twice as high as it was. This is all glassware and like plates and dishes and stuff that we've pulled out of here. There's more in the house, and there's all this here. Just tons and tons of it. I don't know if we can clean it up and maybe sell it or what, but I guess we're gonna try that before we just throw it all away. There's some decent glassware there. And this pile was about twice as high as it is now. Hey, Katie. And there's one other building over here that's closer to our property, or I guess it's all our property, but closer to our house. The septic tank is around here somewhere. The dozer guy found it. I don't know if it's still going to be usable or not. We'll probably have to put a new septic system in. And this, all these woods right here are ours. It's not that far, but it goes into the creek. There's 2 trailers that was on this property. Just homemade trailers. One is a Dawson truck bed. This one's just a homemade one. Here's a little outbuilding, a storage building. This building is almost cleaned out. There's a bunch of records here. This was totally full. About as high as this is over here, it was all the way across. So it's most of the way cleaned out. The walls and stuff are pretty good, but the roof and the flooring and stuff, it's all just junk. So I'll probably tear this apart and rebuild it somewhere else. So that's what we're working with on this Hoarder property. We've got a lot of work to do, a lot of cleanup to do, but for the price we've got into this property, it's gonna be well worth it, I think. Hopefully it's gonna be not a crazy amount of money to remodel. We paid $5,000 for this 1 acre piece of property. Like the house and the buildings and cars and everything was on here. $5,000. There was about $1,500 worth of back taxes owed on it. So we're about $6,500 into that. Then it took about $1,000 for the dozer guy to come out. So about $7,500 we're into this 1 acre and a house. And now I've got a $6,000 dump trailer I bought for it, which is, it's going to be more than just for this property. It's going to be its own business. So we'll see. Let's get started and start loading up this trailer and haul it off to the dump. One little trailer load at a time. We'll eventually get it cleaned out. So here's the trailer all fully loaded up with what I've cleaned out today. I could put some more in there if I had my taller sides on it, but I don't have it yet. It's a pretty good amount of junk. I also don't have the tarp kit for it yet. Gatormade doesn't allow you to option in anything, so I couldn't get a tarp kit from the factory. I found some online that I'm going to get. They're about a little over $200. So I'm going to go ahead and get one of those for it. That way I can just have a tarp already on there and it'd be easy to do. For now, I'll probably just go to Harbor Freight and get me a cheap tarp and bungee it down to it. See, all this stuff's pretty nasty. This was all what was in the living room of the house. And I got some of what's in on the front door here. So let's go on the inside and show y'all what I got cleaned up. All that's still a big mess. But this living room, I got pretty much all of it cleaned out, except for the furniture. All the floor you can actually see now and walk in here. You can get into the bathroom now, which is kind of falling down. All this is glassware and stuff that I'm going to try to clean up and sell. There's like 4 TVs looks like in here, and then desks and couches and stuff like that. So That's all going to be one load pretty much by itself, if not two. Everything in the trailer is what was basically in the floor. You can actually see the floor in here now and walk in it. So that's a start. The start of our business. So far I haven't really found anything good in here. There's been a few like playing cards and stuff like that. Records and cassettes and stuff like that. I don't know if they're worth anything or not. Thanks for watching today. We got our first full trailer load here. I may film going to the dump. I've never done it before, so it'll be all new experience for me. Next video will probably be doing that. Just check back next time to see what else we're doing on the Hoarder House and what else I get started on this new business. Thanks for watching, and see y'all next time.